Do you ever feel like miracles happen in your life, guiding you in special ways? Being chosen by God means you have special powers given by Him to fulfill a unique purpose. These powers help you make a significant impact on those around you. Your life is not random, but designed by God. The first power God gave you is the power of insight. This is the ability to see the deeper truths behind things. Proverbs chapter 2 verses 6 says, "For the Lord gives wisdom. From His mouth come knowledge and understanding." This insight helps you make good decisions and see the truth. Like the story of Solomon, who asked God for wisdom to lead his people, you can also seek God's guidance to see beyond the surface. Solomon's wisdom was not just for himself, but for the benefit of his entire kingdom. His insightful judgments brought peace and prosperity to Israel. King Solomon asked God for wisdom to lead Israel. God granted his request, giving him great insight and understanding. One famous story illustrating Solomon's wisdom is the judgment of the two women who claimed to be the mother of the same baby. Solomon suggested dividing the baby in two, revealing the true mother who preferred to give up her child rather than see him harmed. This story shows how divine insight can reveal hidden truths and guide just decisions. You too can ask God for wisdom in your daily life, seeking His guidance to navigate complex situations with clarity and fairness. The second power God gave you is the power of creation. This means you can bring new ideas and solutions into existence. Genesis chapter 1 verses 27 says, "So God created mankind in His own image." This reflects our ability to create and innovate, just as God did when He created the world. Like Bezalel, who built the tabernacle with God's guidance, you can create things that reflect God's beauty and wisdom. Bezalel's work was not just about craftsmanship, but about infusing his creations with spiritual significance. Every detail of the tabernacle had a purpose and meaning, symbolizing the presence of God among His people. God chose Bezalel and filled him with His Spirit, giving him the ability to create beautiful works for the tabernacle. Bezalel's creativity was a divine gift, enabling him to build a sanctuary where God's presence could dwell. Your creative abilities are also a gift from God to make the world better. Whether in art, science, business, or social change, your creations can reflect divine inspiration and serve a higher purpose. The third power God gave you is the power of resilience. This is the strength to withstand difficulties. Philippians chapter 4 verses 13 says, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Resilience is not just about enduring hardships, but thriving despite them, transforming challenges into stepping stones towards your higher calling. Like Job, who endured great suffering but remained faithful, you can find strength in God to overcome any challenge. Job's story is a testament to unwavering faith and endurance. Despite losing everything, Job never cursed God. His resilience was rewarded when God restored his fortunes, demonstrating that faithfulness leads to ultimate victory. Job faced immense trials, but never lost his faith in God. He suffered the loss of his wealth, health, and family, yet he continued to trust in God's plan. In the end, God restored Job's fortunes, giving him twice as much as he had before. Your resilience, like Job's, can help you endure and grow stronger. When you trust in God's purpose and lean on His strength, you can overcome any adversity. The fourth power God gave you is the power of influence. This means you can inspire and guide others, Matthew chapter 5 verse 16 says, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." Influence is about setting an example through your actions and values, encouraging others to follow a righteous path. Esther, who saved her people by using her influence, you can make a positive impact on those around you. Esther's bravery and wisdom led to the salvation of the Jewish people. She used her position and influence to advocate for her people, demonstrating that one person can make a significant difference. Queen Esther used her position to save the Jewish people from destruction. Despite the risk to her own life, she approached the king and revealed Haman's plot against her people. Her influence and courage led to the king's intervention, saving the Jews. Your influence can also bring about significant positive changes, whether in your community, workplace, or family. Your actions and decisions can inspire others to pursue justice and compassion. The fifth power God gave you is the power of healing. This goes beyond physical healing to emotional and spiritual restoration. James chapter 5 verses 16 says, "Pray for each other so that you may be healed." Healing is about bringing wholeness and harmony to those who are broken and hurting. Jesus, who healed many during his ministry, you can bring healing to others through your compassion and care. Jesus' healings were acts of love and mercy, demonstrating God's power and compassion. His miracles restored not just physical health, but also dignity and hope. Jesus healed many people, showing God's love and power. He healed a leper, a centurion's servant, and Peter's mother-in-law, among others. Each healing was a sign of God's kingdom breaking into the world. You can also be a vessel of God's healing to those in need. Through your prayers, words of comfort, and acts of kindness, you can help others find restoration and peace. The sixth power God gave you is the power of foresight. This means you can see the potential and consequences of future events. Proverbs chapter 29 verses 18 says, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." Foresight involves planning and preparing for the future with wisdom and discernment. Noah, who built the ark to save his family from the flood, you can make wise decisions that prepare you and others for the future. Noah's foresight and obedience saved humanity and preserved God's creation. His example teaches us the importance of heeding God's warnings and preparing for what lies ahead. God warned Noah about the coming flood, and Noah built the ark to save his family and animals. Despite the mockery of others, Noah trusted God's message and acted accordingly. His foresight and faithfulness ensured the survival of his family and the animal species. Your foresight can help you make wise choices and prepare for what lies ahead, aligning your actions with God's plans. The seventh power God gave you is the power of spiritual connection. This allows you to stay close to God and follow His will. John chapter 15 verses 5 says, "I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit." A strong spiritual connection keeps you grounded in God's love and guidance. Moses, who spoke with God and led the Israelites, you can maintain a strong relationship with God through prayer and devotion. Moses' intimate relationship with God enabled him to lead Israel out of Egypt and through the wilderness. His constant communication with God provided direction and strength for his mission. Moses encountered God through the burning bush and received his mission to lead Israel. God spoke to Moses directly, guiding him in his leadership. Your spiritual connection with God guides and strengthens you in fulfilling your purpose. Through prayer, reading scripture, and worship, you can cultivate a deep relationship with God that empowers you to live out your calling. Conclusion. These 7 powers, insight, creation, resilience, influence, healing, foresight, and spiritual connection, are God's gifts to you. They help you live a life that reflects His love and wisdom. Embrace them, nurture them, and let them shine through you. Remember Matthew chapter 5, verses 14 and 16. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. You are chosen to make a profound impact on the world. Let your light shine and glorify God through your good works. Reflect on these powers within your own life. How might you further cultivate each to fulfill your divine purpose? These powers are not static. They grow, evolve, and strengthen through deliberate practice and sincere devotion. As you continue on your path, consider how each decision and action might be an expression of these divine gifts. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.